Hello students, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. In today's class, the first topic to learn is multiplication. Multiplication of a fraction by a whole number. What are we multiplying here? We are multiplying a fraction and a whole number. Now fraction is what? Fraction is a number represented in the form of a by b, right? Yes. Let us find out 2 into 1 by 3. Now this problem can be represented pictorially as, what are they saying? Our problem is 2 into 1 by 3. We have to find out the product of 2 and 1 by 3. Now how can we represent this in the form of a diagram? Now actually what is multiplication, students? Multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. Yes. Now in the same way 2 into 1 by 3 means what? That means we have 2 1 by 3's. What do we have? We have 2 1 by 3's. Now this, look at these two circles here. What does 1 by 3 means? 1 by 3 means one part of a circle which is divided into 3 parts, and we are shading only one part. Yes. Here 3, the denominator, is equal to the total number of parts, that is 1, 2 and 3, and the numerator 1 represents the shaded part. Only one part is shaded, so we call it as, we represent it in terms of a fraction as 1 by 3. Yes, so each shaded part represents 1 by third part of the circle. Now 2 1 by 3 means 2 circles which are shaded 1 by 3 only. 2 circles which are having only 1/3 of their parts as shaded parts. Yes. Why this? Why? Because multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. Yes, students. Now how can we understand is this? When we have 3 5s, say, so 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 becomes 10, then 10 plus 5 becomes 15. Yes, but instead of adding this, what can we do? We are adding 5s, right? 5 into, how many times are we adding? 1 2 3. So 5 3s are 15. 3 5s are 15. Sorry, not 5 3s are. We are having 3 5s. Yes, we are having 3 5s. 3 5s become 15. Yes, students, instead of adding it 3 times, we simply multiplied 3 with 5. So multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. That is why 2 into 1 by 3 represents 2 1 by 3 parts. Now when we add 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3, what do we get? We get 2 by 3. Yes, see, 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 is equals to 2 by 3. We've learnt it in the previous class. These two are like fractions, so we simply add the numerators and take the denominator as it is. 1 plus 1 divided by 3. 1 plus 1 is equals to 2 and divided by the denominator 3. Yes, students, this is how we multiplied 2 into 1 by 3 is nothing but 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3, which is equals to 2 by 3. Why? Because multiplication is repeated addition. Clear, students? Yes. Or simply, when we have to multiply 2 and 1 by 3, 2 into 1 by 3, again we have done this in the previous classes also. What did I say? Whenever we are having a whole number, we assume its denominator to be 1. Yes, because whenever we divide a whole number with 1, the answer will be the number itself. So we assume that a denominator is 1. When we have no denominator, we assume the denominator is 1. Now how do we multiply this? First multiply the numerators. 2 into 1 divided by, then multiply the denominators. 1 into 3. Yes, students, 2 ones are becomes 2 divided by 1 3s are 3. We got what? We got 2 by 3 as the answer. Now if we add 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 also we'll get 2 by 3, or if we simply multiply 2 into 1 by 3 also we'll get 2 by 3 is the as our answer. Why? Because multiplication is nothing but repeated addition. Clear, students? Yes. Moving on. Now what multiplication sentence does this picture represent? Now here we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. Yes, 4 parts in each box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here among these 4 only one part is shaded. So how will we represent it in terms of a fraction? 1 shaded part divided by 4. Yes, 4 is nothing but the total number of parts. Plus then again only one part is shaded here. So 1 divided by 4. Here 4 is our total parts and 1 is our shaded part. Again even in the third box we are having 4 parts and only one part is shaded. So again it becomes 1 by 4. Now see here students, the number we are adding is the same. We are adding 1 by 4 3 times. So instead of repeating the addition, we can simply multiply. How many 1 by 4s are there? 3 into 1 by 4 is our number here. 3 1 by 4s are, yes, 3 1 by 4s are equal to, now here the numerators 3 into 1 becomes 3 divided by 1 into 4 becomes 4. Yes, see in the sum here we are having 4 parts 1 2 3 4 and in this 3 parts are shaded. That is nothing but 3 by 4. Yes students, clear? 3 into 1 by 4 gives us 3 by 4. When I say 5 into 6 is equals to 30. How do we read this? 5 6 are 30. 5 6 are 30. That means what? We are having 5 6 1 2 3 4 and 5. When we add 5 6 we get 30 as the answer. Yes, multiplication is nothing but our repeated addition. Now coming to the next example, 4 into 1 by 5. Again we assume that 1 is the denominator here. So 4 into 1 and then in the denominator 1 into 5. 4 ones are 4 divided by 1 5s are 5. Clear students? Multiplication of a whole number and a fraction. Again let us solve some more examples so that this topic becomes crystal clear for you. 5 into 2 by 3. Now 5 into 2 in the numerator. You can simply write 3 as it is in the denominator, or as I said you can multiply 3 with 1. No matter what we do, the answer will be 3 only here in the denominator. 5 2s are 10 and then the denominator 3. Yes students, moving on to the last example. 2 7s are 14. Now we are having the denominator 5 which is written as it is. Yes, this was about multiplication of what? Multiplication of a whole number and a fraction. Moving on, multiplying a fraction by a fraction. The multiplication problem 5 by 6 into 1 by 2 can be represented by the following figures. Now look at the problem here students. 5 by 6 into 1 by 2. Both are what? Both are fractions. That is why the title here is multiplying a fraction by a fraction. We are multiplying two fractions together. Now to find 5 by 6 of 1 by 2, we divide the half into 6 equal parts and take 5 parts out of the whole. See, this is 1 by 2, right? We are dividing this box into 2 parts wherein 1 is shaded. So it becomes 1 by 2. Now what should we do? We should find out 5 by 6 of 1 by 2. Of this half part, we need to find out 5 by 6. What do we need to find out students? Of this half part, we need to find out 5 by 6. Now what should we do? 5 by 6 means what? 5 by 6 means there are 6 equal parts out of which only 5 are shaded. Yes. Now from this half, now look at this bigger image here, bigger box. This is 1 by 2 and this is 1 by 2. This is the half part of the box and this is the other half. Clear students? This box only we are writing it in a much bigger size. This is the half part and this is the other half part. In each of the half part, what are we doing? We are dividing it into 6 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. How many parts? 6 equal parts. and in the shaded half part, that means here we are shading 5 parts. Why? Because we are multiplying this 1 by 2 with our 5 by 6. So we are shading 5 parts out of the 6 parts. Now count the number of boxes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the denominator becomes 12. And how many parts are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The numerator becomes 5. Clear, students? So the multiplication of 5 by 6 and 1 by 2 gives us 5 by 12 as our answer. This is just a pictorial representation. It's okay even if you don't understand this way, we can go for multiplying. Simply we can go for multiplying 5 by 6 into 1 by 2. Now how to do it? Multiply the numerators. 5 into 1 divided by, multiply the denominator. 6 into 2. 5 ones are 5 divided by 6 twos are 12. Yes, students, 5 by 12. Now if this was addition, addition and subtraction are more complicated, students, when compared with multiplication. Because in multiplications, no matter the fractions are like, unlike or equivalent or not, we can simply multiply the numerators divided by the product of the denominators. Yes, it is easier in terms of multiplication. In multiplication, you need not check whether the fractions are like or unlike, or there is no need to find out the LCM, nothing. Yes, remember this, don't get confused between addition and multiplication. Or else you can remember it this way also. Again, as I said, multiplication is what? Multiplication is repeated addition, right? So when I have to add 7, 1, 2, 3, sorry, wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many? 8. How many 7s are there here? There are 8 7s here. If I need to add this, what should I do? 7 plus 7, 14. Then 14 plus 7, 21. Yes. Now this will be a long process. Now if we convert this into multiplication, it simply becomes 8 into 7, which is nothing but 56. 8 sevens are 56. Yes. From this, what did we understand? That addition is complicated but multiplication is easy. In the same way, when we are adding or subtracting fractions, it is complicated. We need to check whether they are like or not. If they are not like fractions, we need to find out the LCM and convert them into equivalent like fractions. But in case of multiplications, things are very easy. No matter what the fractions are, we simply multiply the numerators and then divide it by the product of the denominators. Clear, students? You can remember it like this. Now here we are given an example here. See, 3 by 4 into 1 by 4. 3 by 4 into 1 by 4. What did I say? Just simply draw this line, multiply the numerators above and multiply the denominators below. 3 ones are 3 divided by 4 fours are 16. Simple, right, students? 3 ones are 3 divided by 4 fours are 16. 3 by 4 into 1 by 4 is equals to 3 by 16. Now coming to the next problem, 4 by 5 into 1 by 2. Now again, how do we do? Even without writing, I will show you. 4 ones are becomes 4 divided by 5 twos are becomes 10. Yes, 4 ones are 4 by 5 twos are 10. Remember that additions are complicated and multiplications are not. Now therefore, what did we learn? To multiply two or more fractions, convert the mixed fractions, if any, to improper fractions. Yes. Now mixed fractions, for mixed fractions, no matter we are doing addition, subtraction, multiplication or division, it is better to convert them into improper fractions. We need to convert them into improper fractions first. Then the numerator of required fraction is the product of numerators of the given fractions, and the denominator of the required fraction is the product of denominators of the given fractions. Now yes, that is what we have learned, right? When we are given two fractions, a by b and c by d, the numerator becomes what? numerator becomes a into c, that is nothing but product of their numerators, and denominator becomes b into d, nothing but the product of their denominators. Now reduce the answer to the lowest terms while multiplying. Cancel the common factors if any from the numerators and denominators of the given fraction. Then proceed as given in the point number 2. What are they saying here? Reduce the answer to the lowest terms, or while multiplying cancel the common factors if any. Nothing. This is again this is a very simple. What do you say? This is very a simple point to understand. Now here while reading it you might find it as a difficult point, but when we move further I will also show how to simplify or reduce the answer to the lowest terms. Okay students? Okay. Now examples. Let us solve some examples now. Multiply 6 by 7 by 11. What is our first question? Multiply 6 by 7 by 11. See, what are these? One is a fraction and the other is a whole number. Now you can simply multiply the numerator and the whole number, that is 6 into 11 divided by our denominator 7. 6 into 11 becomes 66 and 7 as it is. Yes, 66 by 7. Now if you look at this 66 by 7, we can again convert it into a mixed fraction. Yes, 93 by 7 is simpler than 66 by 7. Yes, so we'll convert it. How do we convert? 7 is the divisor, 66 is our dividend. We know that 7 nines are 63. When we subtract, the remainder is 3. Yes students? Yes. So the 7 which is the denominator will be written as it is. Now 9 which is the quotient will be written to the side, and 3 which is the remainder will be written as our numerator. Clear students? Again, I am not explaining this in detail because we have already learnt in the previous classes how to convert a improper fraction into a mixed number. Now if you have not listened to those classes, you can go back to our YouTube channel and listen over there. Now question number 2. 3 by 10 into 25. Again a whole number and a fraction. How do we do it? We can simply multiply the numerator and whole number. 3 into 25. Yes, 3 into 25 divided by the denominator 10. 3 into 25 divided by the denominator 10. Now here what we learnt in the previous slide, right? See, reduce the answer to the lowest terms, or while multiplying, what can we do? Cancel the common factors if any from the numerator and denominator. Cancel the common factors. Now if you observe here, we are having 25 in the numerator and 10 in the denominator. Yes students, 25 in the numerator and 10 in the denominator. We know that both these numbers are divisible by what? Divisible by 5. 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10. Yes, 5 5s are 25, 5 2s are 10. We are cancelling here. We are cancelling the common factors. See, 3 into this 25 can be written as 5 into 5 divided by 10 can be written as 5 into 2. So a 5 in the numerator and a 5 in the denominator. We can cancel these two. Now what will we be left with? 3 into 5 divided by 2. Yes, 3 5s are 15. 2 as it is. Clear students? What did we do here? We cancelled the common factors from numerator and denominator. Again remember, you can do this only when there is a multiplication sign. Yes, only when there is a multiplication sign. Now suppose if I had 5 plus 2 here, I cannot cancel these two. Okay, I cannot cancel both the numerator and denominator 5. I can do this only when the particular number is in multiplication in both numerator and denominator. Again, wait a second. Again, if it was 3 plus 5 plus 5 here also, I cannot cancel. I can cancel it. Can cancel the common factors only when they are in multiplication. Keep this point in mind students. Okay. Now what answer did we get? 15 by 2. Again simplifying it in the form of a mixed number. 15 is the divisor, 2 is the dividend, 2 sevens are 14 and the remainder is 1. Now 2 will be written in the denominator as it is, quotient will become the whole number and 1 remainder becomes our numerator. Clear students? 7 1 by 2 is our answer. Now coming to the third question, 7 2 by 3 by 8. Multiply 7 2 by 3 by 8. Now here this 7 2 by 3 is what? It is a mixed number. So what should we do? We should convert it into an improper fraction. Now how will we do that? Let us write the denominator as it is first, and when it comes to the numerator, multiply the whole number and the denominator, that is 7 into 3 and keep this in brackets because first we need to multiply these two and then add the numerator. 7 3s are 21 plus 2 becomes what? 23 divided by 3. Now what is our improper fraction, students? 23 by 3 multiplied by the whole number 8. Yes, now how do we multiply? 23 into 8 divided by our denominator 3. 23 8s are becomes 184 divided by 3. Again 3, this converting it into a mixed number. Now how can we do? We know that 3 6 are 18, 4 carried and 3 1s are 3. 1 will be our remainder. Yes, so 61, the quotient becomes the whole number. 3, the denominator remains as it is, and 1, the remainder becomes our numerator. Clear students? Yes. Again a few more examples to solve. See, 5 by 12 into 9 by 10. How do we do that? 5 into 9 divided by 12 into 10. See, again here 9 and 12 are divisible by the number 3. 5 and 10 are divisible by the number 5. Yes, they both have common factors. Now how to cancel? 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10. It should be the same number, students. I cannot go 5 1s are 5 and 2 5s are 10 here. Okay, I should cancel both the terms with the same number. 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10. Now here 3 3s are 9, 3 4s are 12. So we have 1 into 3 in the numerator, 4 into 2 in the denominator. 1 3s are 3 and 4 2s are 8. Yes. Now moving on to the second question, 7 1 by 5 into 6 1 by 4. These are mixed numbers. So we need to convert them into fractions first. 7 1 by 5 becomes what? 5 written as it is. 7 5s are 35 plus 1 becomes 36. Now here 6 1 by 4. 4 will be as it is. 4 6 are 24 plus 1 becomes 25. Yes students, 25 by 4. Now these two are fractions. Now how do we multiply? 36 into 25 divided by 5 into 4. Again we know that 4 1s are 4, 4 9s are 36, 5 1s are 5, 5 5s are 25. Now what are we left with? 9 into 5 divided by 1 into 1. So remember to put this multiplication. 9 5s are 45 divided by 1. Now 45 by 1 becomes what? 45 only. Yes, 45 is our answer. Last question, 2 by 3 into 15 by 24 into 2 4 by 5. See, now here we are having 3 fractions. This is an improper fraction. So this is a mixed number. So first we have converted into an improper fraction here. Now how do we multiply? Again the same. Draw this line. Multiply the numerators. 2 into 15 into 14 divided by 3 into 24 into 5. Check for common factors. 5 1s are 5. 5 3s are 15. Yes. 3 1s are 3. 3 1s are 3. 2 1s are 2. 2 12s are 24. Yes students. Again 2 7s are 14. 2 6 are 12. Now what are we left with in the numerator? 1 into 1 into 7 divided by 1 into 6 into 1. Now this becomes 7 by 6, which is nothing but 1 by 6. Clear students? This was about multiplication. Now operating off. Off works like multiplication. Suppose Astha has 8 apples. She gives 1 by 4 of these to her friend. How many apples remain with her? The word of here is used whenever in fractions. This word of is used often. Now what are they saying? Astha has 8 apples. See, look at this picture. This shows 8 apples. And what did she do? She gave 1 by 4 of these apples to her friend. From these apples, she gave away 1 by 4. Now how many apples remain with her? How do we find out? Dividing the 8 apples into 4 equal groups. We see that each group has 2 apples. Now why are we dividing it into 4 equal groups? Because look at the fraction here. What did she give? She gave away one of the 4 parts. The total parts she divided into were 4. Yes, so we are dividing the given apples into 4 parts. From dividing, what do we see? We see that each group has 2 apples. Yes, each group has 2 apples. Now 1 by 4 of these 8 apples becomes what? See, these are our 4 groups. Of these groups, one part becomes what? One part becomes this. And this has how many? This has 2 apples. So 1 by 4 of 8 is equals to 2. Clear, students? This was theoretical explanation, like how this concept works. Now we are given 8 apples. We have divided into 4 equal parts, and of it one part is equals to 2. So she gave away 2 apples. And how many are remaining with her? 8 minus 2 is equals to 6. Yes, she gave away 8 and she is remaining with 6 apples. Now when we multiply it, when we do the now what are they saying here? This of works like multiplication. When we say 1 by 4 of 8, it is nothing but 1 by 4 into 8. What are they saying, students? Of works like multiplication. 1 by 4 of 8 is nothing but 1 by 4 into 8. 1 by 4 into 8. Now what will this be equal to? This will be equal to 1 into 8 divided by 4. Yes, we know that 4 ones are 4 and 4 twos are 8. Now what will this be? 1 into 2 divided by 1, which is nothing but 2 by 1, which is equals to 2 only. Yes, students? Yes. Now this is how we do in terms of multiplication, and the explanation I gave you was how the concept really works. Okay, and this is how do we multiply 1 by 4 of 8. That means multiply 1 by 4 and 8. The product we got is 2. Clear, students? Of is nothing but multiplication here. Evaluate 1 by 9 of 36. First one is 1 by 9 of 36. Again, what did I say? Of is nothing but multiplication. So it means 1 by 9 into 36. Yes, 1 by 9 into 36. How do we do that? 1 into 36 by 9. We know that 9 ones are 9 and 9 fours are 36. So what will the product be, students? 1 into 4, 4 divided by 1, which is nothing but 4. Now you may ask me, why is 4 by 1 considered as 4, ma'am? Why? Because see, if we divide 1 with 4, yes, we know that 1 fours are 4. 1 fours are 4. The answer becomes 0. It is perfectly dividing 4. Whenever we divide 1 with any number, the answer will be the number itself. So 4 by 1 is nothing but 4, and 4 is nothing but 4 by 1. They both are the same. Yes. So 1 by 9 of 36 is nothing but 4. Now moving on to the next question. 7 by 8 of 56 rupees. See, 7 by 8 of 56 rupees. It is equal to what? 7 by 8 into 56 rupees. Yes. Now how do we write this? 7. Yes, what do we know, students? We know that 8 ones are 8 and 8 sevens are 56, right? 8 ones are 8 and 8 sevens are 56. Now what is left in the numerator? We have 7 into 7. 7 into 7 divided by, we have 1 in the denominator. So divided by 1. Now what is 7 into 7 equal to? 7 sevens are 49. Yes, 7 into 7 by 1 is equals to 7 sevens are 49 divided by 1. Yes, students, now any number divided by 1 will be equal to what? Will be equal to the number itself. So 7 by 8 of rupees 56 is equals to 49 rupees. Clear, students? Off works as, off is nothing but multiplication here. Clear? I hope this was clear. This was all about today's class. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest